class, our mathematics JAMB past question solution class. In today's class, we are going to be solving 2013 mathematics JAMB past question. And the type of the question we are going to be solving is the type U. Don't forget, type U. Now, let's move on to the question number 1. The question number 1 says, which mathematics question paper is given to you? Don't forget, the type that was given to you is type U. So which means the answer here is type U. Now, your own might be different. It might be type I, it might be type B or type D. But whatever question that is given to you, that is the option you are choosing. So here we have type U. Now, the next question says, convert 27 base 10 to another base number in base 3. We are asked to convert 27 base 10 to a number in base 3. And how do we do that? We are going to use the division method. So we are going to write 27 here. Then we are going to be writing and dividing with 3. Then we have a remainder here. So let's go with 3. So 3 in 27, we have 3. Then remainder of what? Of 0. We have 9, sorry. 9, remainder of 0. Then 3 again. 3 in 9. And that is 3 also is remainder of 0. Then by the time we use 3 again, we have 3 in 3 and that is 1. Then remainder of 0 also. Now for the last time we go again with 3. 3 in 1 and that is 0. Then but it's remainder of 1. And don't forget how we do it. You go up forward. So if you look at this, our answer will be 1 0 0 0 in base 3. So that is 1 0 0 0 in base 3. So which means the option here is option B. Now let's move to the third question. And the question says 3 girls share a number of apples in the ratio 5:3:2. If the highest share is 40 apples, find the smallest share. Now, the first thing we need to find before you go on to find the smallest share is to find how many apples are they sharing. And don't forget, in order for them to get the highest, they pick the highest ratio, and that is 5. Then divide it by what? By the addition of all the ratio, that is 5 plus 3 plus 2, and that is 10. Then if you multiply this by the total ratio, x, the total apples they were sharing, that is x, will be the one that will give you 40. So here now you will be able to find the number of what? Of orange that's sharing. So 5 times x, and that is 5x over 10 equals 40. So you have cross multiply, then you have 5x equals 400. Now, when you divide both sides by 5, so let's divide both sides by 5. I divide this also by 5. So our x, which we use in representing the total numbers of apple now, will be 5 here 1. 5 in 40, that is 8. 5 in 0, that is 0. So which means the total number of apples they were sharing was 80. Now, since we have the total number of apples they were sharing now, it will be easy for us to calculate the smallest share. So the smallest share will be the one that have the smallest ratio, and that will be 2 over the total ratio. Then multiply it by 80. So we have 0 takes out 0, which we are left with 2 times 8. So 2 times 8 will be 16. So 16 is option A, which is the what? The best answer for from number 3, and which is the smallest share. I hope you are following and getting this. If so, let's move on to the next question, number 4. The number 4th question says we should evaluate 1.25 multiplied by 0.025 divided by 0.05, and we should make it to correct it to one decimal places. Now, one of the things we need to do here is what? Is to express our number in standard form. So let's express it as standard form or an whole number. So 125, if expressed in standard form, that will be 125 times 10 raised to power, that is 1 2. So you can see that we can't forward, and that will be in negative, so that's minus 2. Then also we have 0.0225, and that will be 25. Then multiply by 10 raised to power of what? Let's count 1 2 3, and that is minus 3. Then divide by 0.05, and that will be 5 as a whole, multiply by 10 raised to power what? That is 1, 2. That is minus 2. So we can use this 5 to take out something. 5 here, 1. 5 in 25, that is 5. So we have 125 times 5. 125 times 5. Then let's use indices to do this. You can see that we have 10 raised to the power minus 2 times 10 raised to the power minus 3. When we have multiplication, we do addition. So that's minus 3, minus 2, minus 3. And that is times 10 raised to the power minus 2, minus 3. And don't forget this is division. Though it's minus initially, then minus 2 that was in the 10. So we have 125 times 5, and that is 625. 625, then times, we have 10 raised to the power of what? Minus 2 minus 3, that is minus 5. Then minus 5 plus 2, and that is minus 3. So we have 625 times 6 minus 3. So when you return that back to the decimal, it will become 0. Because we have 3, so we have to count back 1, 2, 3. So we have 0.625. Now, don't forget the question says 1 decimal place. So we have 0. We are going to write the decimal place is 6. But here the next number is 2. So we don't need it. So it's just be 0.6. So our correct answer for this question is C, which is the 0.6. I hope you are following and getting this. If so, let's move to the next question. The next question says, calculate the time taken for 3,000 naira to earn 600 naira if invested at 8% simple interest. So this is simple interest, but we are asked to calculate the time. So how do we calculate the time? If you recall, time alone will be 100i, that is multiply your interest by 100, then you divide it by the multiplication of the principal and the rate. So we have 100 multiply, what is our I in this one? We have the I to be 600, which is the interest, then divided by the principal, that is 3,000, then multiply by 8. So let's take out some 0. 0 here takes out 0 here. 0 here, I take out this 0. So we have, this 0 can also take out 1 0 here. So we have 60 divided by 3 times 8, and that is 24. 24. So now let's cut out. 3 can go in 24 8 times. 3 can go in 60, 20, and we have 20 over 8. 20 over 8. Now let's go on. Again, we can use 4. 4 in 8, that is 2. 4 in 20, and that is 5. So we have 5 over 2. So if you express 5 over 2 as a mixed fraction, we have 2 whole number 1 over 2. So 2 over 2 is yes. And that is option C, which is the correct answer. So I hope you get that. If so, let's move to the next question. The next question is on indices, and we have 3 divided by 5, 3 raised to the power minus 5n divided by 9 raised to the power 1 minus 5n. So this is the question, don't mind what is there. So this is 3 raised to the power minus 5n, then is dividing by 9 raised to the power of 1 minus n multiply 27 raised to the power n plus 1. So we are asked to solve this. So let's use our indices. Indices are, so we have 3 raised to the power minus 5n first. Then divide by 3. 9 is 3 raised to the power 2. So that would be 3 raised to the power into bracket 2 into 1 minus n. Y27 is also 3 raised to the power 3. So we have 3 into brackets n plus 1. So we have all of them in indices form now. We can say 3 raised to the power 5n. So let's open this down bracket. We have 3 raised to the power 2 minus 2n. Then multiply in 3 raised to the power 3n plus 1. So now when you use our indices say we add when you are multiplying, you subtract when you are dividing. So let's add the up first. We have minus 5n plus 3n plus 1. Then we are dividing by 3 raised to the power 2 minus 2n. So minus 5n plus 3n give me minus 2n, then plus 1. Dividing 3 raised to power 2 minus 2n. So division, we are subtracting that. We have minus 2n, then plus 1, then minus each of this. So minus 2, minus times 2, and that is minus 2, minus times minus 2, and that is plus 2n. So here we can see that this minus 2n will go out away with this 2n. Then we have 3 raised to power 1 minus 2. So which is 3 raised to power of minus 1. So 3 raised to power minus 1 is 1 over 3. So if you notice, when we open this bracket, we wrote 1 instead of 3. So we have trying to change this 3. So that will be 3 minus 2, and that's 3 raised to power 1, and that is 3. So the correct option here is 3. So now let's move on again to the next question, which is question 7. Question 7 says, if log 4 base of 10 is 0.60021, evaluate log of 4 whole number 1 over 3. So now, how do we do this? If you remember, this is simple. This is power. So what we just need to do is to bring out the power then. So we have 1 over 3 log of 4 base 10. So that is, we will just multiply 1 over 3 times the value of log 4 itself, and that is 0.6021. So when you multiply this now and you divide, you have 1 times 0.60, you have 0.6021. Then when you divide it by 3, so let's divide. So 3 in 0, and that is 0. 3 in 6, that is 2. 3 in 0, that is 0 now. Then 3 in 2, that's impossible. That you write 0 again. Then 3 in 21, that is 7. So our answer is 0.2007, and that is option B. I hope you're following and you got this right. If so, let's move to question number 8. Now, the next question number 8 is on sort, and we have root 5, open bracket of 147 minus root 12. So, how do we solve this? The first thing we need to do is, let's express this number in the simple form. So, root 5 is open bracket. So, if you look at 147, we have that is root of 49 times 3. So, if you try 49 times 3 on your calculator, it gives you 147. Then minus 12 is also for root of 4 times 3. Root of 4 times 3. Then 15 is root of 5 times root 3. Root of 5 times root of 3. So now we have root 5 here. Then open bracket, root 49 will be 7 root 3 here. We have here. Then here is also 2 root 3. Then divided by, now, root 3 multiply root 5. So root 5 can actually take out root 5. Then we have 7 root 3 minus 2 root 3, and that's 5 root 3 divided by root 3. So root 3 can actually take 2 sides. So you can see that our number that's left is 5. So the answer for this question is 5. So that is on that. Now the next question is question 9. And question 9 says PQR are subsets of the universal set U. The Venn diagram showing the relationship P intersection Q union R. Don't forget that this is a Venn diagram. So the first thing you need to do is, okay, it involves 3 sets, and these 3 sets are connected like this. Now, and the first thing they said, okay, P intersection Q. Now, which of the image is P, or how do you draw P intersection Q? So if you want to draw P intersection Q, that is here. Now, then union R. Okay, sorry, we have P, Q, R. Then this is Q, intersection of P and Q. Then once we are now union it with what? With R. So since we have identified P intersection Q, then the next thing we need to do is union R. So which means we need to include all R. All R. So this is all R. Now, if you look at this image and look at your option, you can see that the only one that represents is option C. Option C, so which is the correct answer. Now, the next one is question number 10. And question number 10 is also on set, which says, if P is X such that X is odd number, and X is between -1 less than X less than or equals to 20. So if we list out P like that, you will see that then X is actually greater than -1. So we can say 0, it starts from 0, 1, 2, then it goes up to 20. X is odd number, so we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, up to 19. So because 19 is what? Is the odd number before 20. Now, why they also say Q is what? Is elements, whereby Q is Y is prime, -2 is less than Y. So which means Y is greater than -2, then less than or equals to 12. And don't forget the side prime number. So the first prime number we have after -2 will be what? Will be 2, 3, 5, 7, then we have 11, we have 13, until we reach 23. So 23 is the last one. So there I ask you, what is P intersection Q? That is, what element does they have in common? So if you look at the elements, the element they have in common is P intersection Q will be equals to, don't forget that they are going to have everything in common except 2. Because if you look at it, 2 is the only even number in the prime number. So we have up from starting from 3, 5, 7 up to 19, because this one stop at 19, then which means Q can also stop at 19, not going. So if you look at the correct option, you can see that we have 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, and 19, which shows the correct answer, because here they are all odd number and they are also all prime number. So the correct option is option A. So here we are going to be stopping today. In the next class, we continue from example 10. Thank you very much. See you in the next class.